Happy Friday, everyone. It's Katrina Foard with the Talbot Greenya group.
Hey, everyone. Happy almost weekend. Pam Dors with the Talbot Greenya group.
All right. So today we are talking about our favorite subject, us.
Yay!
So we have some reasons why you should hire a real estate agent. And specifically, we are actually licensed realtors, which does have a little bit of difference. We're not going to go into that part of it. But there's reasons why you want to hire a professional real estate agent. Pam said as we got on, she's like, we're awesome, right? That's all you need to know, the end. We're awesome. So I think about like some of the reasons, some of the things that we do in a transaction. Pam and I were speaking offline earlier about properties, and there's information that we can get as realtors or as real estate professionals that others cannot get. We can get properties that are not known or listed publicly or to the public. We can find those things. We also can gather information about a specific property from other real estate agents. And that's part of what we're doing right now, is working together as teams in this really tough market to try and find what we call off-market properties for our buyers. So would you agree right now that that is what we're trying really hard to do?
Oh, absolutely. And I would say that is one of the number one, if not the number one reason to use a realtor for either buy or sell, is because we have those very important connections with other agents, whether it's just within our team or within our network of other agents that have clients that are looking for very specific items, or I have buyers that are looking, and it just is incredibly helpful to know that something may be coming available that the whole world won't know about right off.
Right. And an extended network. We are within a team. We talk about these things as a team itself. Then we have an office. We work these deals within an office itself. Then we work as, in our case, within Keller Williams as a whole, and then expand out. We have a huge resource of which to try and find what we call off-market properties. An important part of this also is educating both buyers and sellers. It's not easy on either end, and we are into this every single day. And right now, things are changing every day. And having someone who can educate you on those things is important.
Oh, agreed, 100%. And not for nothing, we also have a vast list of vendors that can help in all kinds of different scenarios. Whether you're buying or selling, you may have questions about a smart home, or you may have questions about, should I paint before I sell? Or, what's up with this landscaping? You name it. That's the other, I feel like number two most important reason to use a real estate professional is that we have other people that we can direct you to or help you find within this vast network, other professionals.
Right, and that comes from us doing this regularly, full time, and knowing we've used this person before, I didn't really like them. Or I've used this person before, I loved them, I highly recommend them. And there's two sides of this. This means like people within the industry, title companies, loan officers, that stuff. It also goes towards contractors, right? So we always keep, back in the day, we used to call it a Rolodex, a contact sheet of those, contractors that we use almost exclusively who have always been really good to us. It's really hard right now for everyone, including us, to find contractors that get back to you. But because we use them more frequently, they tend to really respond to us quicker because we do give them a lot of business, right?
You said back in the day.
We still have a Rolodex.
And hold on. I know I'm off camera for a moment.
You do not have. Oh, yes, that was the one. So I had the one that rolled. That's fun.
Well, mine, it actually says roll. I did graduate from the rolling one to the one that I leave on my desk, and as you can see, there's a lot of cards in there.
We're showing our age here. it's honestly, it's whatever works. It's contact lists, whatever you want to use. These are the people that we've used forever, that we trust, that they trust us, and relationship building.
Amen.
Right?
That's exactly what that Rolodex is filled with. It's people that
Another big thing I think of is we have access to lawyer-approved contracts. So you could go through all the rigmarole of trying to get them. We have them all. And part of our job, what you're paying us for, is to have those documents, make sure that they are up to date, make sure they are signed appropriately, make sure that, that they are valid contracts.
legal.
That they will hold up in a court of law. That's what we do. So that's huge. So I think that's one of the big things I think of. People are always like, where can I find a lease? And I'm like, well, if you had hired someone to go help you through this, a lease I can get for you easy peasy, right? That's another one. Negotiations. I think a lot of people fancy themselves negotiators, and I think a lot of people are good negotiators. There's a difference in negotiating a used car versus a purchase of a home. And we are trained specifically constantly on negotiating those kinds of deals.
Yeah, we do. We definitely take a lot of classes on understanding those things. And well, thank goodness that it's a different concept. So
some days I think it'd be easier to sell a used car.
Well, maybe.
But speaking of used cars, I think one of the things we're really good at is, my goodness, spotting red flags. Oh, we are not professional home inspectors. We are not foundation experts. We are not a person who's going to say, hey, that crack in the wall is definitely going to sink your house in the next 5 years. But what we are is the person who spots the crack in the wall that says, hey, we need to get a soil specialist in here to make sure that that crack is not going to collapse your house in 5 years.
Absolutely. Yep.
So we are a jack of all trades. We really have to have a lot of information. Pam is like one of the smartest people I know, and so much information in her brain that, picking the brain is part of what we offer. It's there. We're really good at spotting things that we can just say to you, hey, maybe we need to look at this again, right?
Agreed. And thank you very much for that. My brain is definitely full with a lot of information. Stuff falls off the shelf all the time. But that is what makes real estate professionals invaluable, is that we do have, like you said, the whole jack of all trades. We have a lot of different bases of knowledge in our brain, from our training, from our mandated continuing education classes, from speaking with each other, from speaking with all of these professionals. We really have been able to garner a lot of information. And with us specifically as a team, like you touched on before, the Talbot Greenya group, we have each other. So what one might not be familiar with or hasn't dealt with or what have you, we've got somebody who more than likely does. And then, as you said, we expand out, right? Then we have our office, then we have our company, and it just gets bigger and bigger. There's always that expanse of knowledge available to us.
Yeah, and this is the biggest purchase typically, or biggest sale of your life. And why not invest in someone who can help you through the process, who it has been proven time and time again will get you more money for that. At the end, that's the purpose. We want to make sure that your big investment was a solid investment, and that we're making sure that along the way that all the correct legal steps are followed. I feel like we don't necessarily need to sell ourselves because, as Pam said, we're freaking awesome. Like, we know what we're doing, but the whole point is that we do this all day long. We educate ourselves, we do the research, we're in this all the time. We're always happy to give information, but really, you need to hire a professional agent who can walk you through the process and make this as simple and as easy on your side as possible. And I frequently will say to people, the reason that, like, ducks, if you've ever seen ducks on a pond, like, everything's going so smoothly on the surface, and people are like, this is such an easy job. I cannot believe it. It's so easy. What's going on underneath the surface is this massive business of, like, keeping this afloat, I'm the third party in here. This agent is calling me and yelling at me. You don't know that because I call you back and said, we've gotten this all settled. I think we're good. So we really take a brunt of it. And that's a pleasure for us because that's what we do, is to make this simpler for you.
Yep,
so any
we're
final
here-
thoughts,
we're here for you.
that's all day, every day. And so our group covers, I do up to the DC line. We do Loudoun County, Fairfax, Arlington, Prince William. Pam is specializing now. She does, what counties do you do, Pam?
Clark, Frederick, Fauquier, and now West Virginia, specifically Jefferson and Berkeley in West Virginia. But I'm now heading out to Morgan, and I don't remember the other county, but a few counties beyond. I will do anywhere, but I would like to stay, within the zone that I'm very familiar with because I've lived here for so long.
Yeah, and our team covers the entire, between the Northern Virginia area all the way into the Shenandoah Valley, and now proudly into West Virginia. So if you guys reach out anytime, happy to have comments on here anytime, or call Pam or I, and we're happy to help you.
There's my phone number.
You're so good. You're so good. All right, let's have a happy weekend, and happy President's Day is on Monday.
Ah, that's right. Awesome. Let's hope for a little bit warmer weather like it was yesterday. I went outside. I went out 10 o'clock last night. It was 67 degrees. I ran out about 10 minutes before we started this thinking it was still 67 degrees. Found out pretty quickly it is not. It is not. So here's hoping the weekend warms up and people can enjoy a nice 3-day weekend with really nice weather.
Yeah. All right, let's go. Let's go sell some houses. Thanks. Have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.